Hello, my beautiful lovelies. Welcome to Divine Light. Today's reading is all about your July 2024. For those who are very aware of pick a card reading, feel free to choose your piles representing group number 1, 2, 3, and 4. And let's jump in. For those who are not as familiar with pick a card readings, this video is a general reading to predict your July 2024. Feel free to meditate on 4 groups and choose the one that you feel most drawn to and click timestamp in the description below. And because it's a general reading, so please do take what resonates with you. For those who are interested, in this reading we might be using the Queen of the Moon Oracle, the Wisdom Oracle, the Housewife Tarot, and lastly the King Tarot. Not all groups may use all of these decks, but these are the ones that we might be using throughout this video. Okay, without further ado, feel free to choose your piles and let's find out. Okay, for those who have picked group number 1, if that's your stone, oh my god. It's so nice to hold a really cool piece of stone in summer. Okay, let us find out what is your keywords for this July. We have fear. Wow, that's a strong card to start with. Let's see what's in this July. Okay, when it comes to this tarot, I don't really read reverse. I just pick up whatever I feel during the reading. Okay. Any more? Right. So we got the 4 of Wands, 5 of Wands, a lot of Wands to start with, 2 of Wands. Okay, it gives me the feeling that you have either recently finished a chapter of your life that's quite big or quite stable. It's like a foundation of something that you have recently completed, and then thinking of moving on to the next phase or further steps. 8 of Wands, a lot of Wands. Yeah, it's like a real foundation thing I'm picking up. 8 of Wands. Literally, you got all the Wands. I don't know what to say. Okay, we have 1 sword. I think you might be choosing in between 2 options, or leaving something past behind and then move on to the future phase. And a 3 of Wands here, you're kind of in between. Also the 8 of Wands here as well. Give me the feeling that you're kind of in between the phase. It's like, you see the 3 of Wands here, kind of give me the feeling that you're just waiting for something, waiting for the fish to be hooked, waiting for a new opportunity, something to guide you. And then we got the Ace of Wands here. So the July is probably the time, like a signal or something that's really going to influence you to determine the next phase. And then we also have the 4 of Swords to end with. I think this July is going to be the beginning of a new chapter for you. And then with the fear here, I feel like because you're probably in between 2 phases, so you might not be completely ready at this point to step forward to the next phase. You might be out of something or recently completed something, and then in between to move on to the next, and then just finished. Kind of like you finish an examination, but up until you have holiday, like a summer holiday in between the time. Some waiting period. But then 6 of Wands here kind of just tells me that you it's like part of you has determined to move on, part of you is ready to embrace the next phase, but this is either new for you, so you're not sure, or this is, I don't know, it's moving faster than the other part of you is ready to move on to. Let me see if Housewife Tarot's got anything to add. The Death card. Yeah, wow. The Death right below fear. That is so interesting. Right there. The Magician. Okay, this new phase or new chapter or new height, something that you're about to experience, is definitely it has a lot of room and a lot of unsettlement for you. It will be largely determined on you, depending on you. How far do you want to go? What area do you want to go to? You know, it could be career, study, it could be anything. So right now you're like a blank canvas with the Death and Magician card here. You get to choose where to go next. We also have the High Priests reversed, the Moon here. Ten of Pentacles. Wow, congrats. And Nine of Swords reversed. Okay. So these cards here, I feel like this new chapter, which may begin from July, at least some spark of ideas will start in July, give me the feeling that it's gonna be a lot better than the phase that you have literally just gone through. Because Ten of Pentacles is literally like this fulfillment, ideal, dream, living in your dream kind of thing that you've manifested a while ago and then it became your reality. Nine of Swords reversed. I think you've gone through a lot of some may have gone through some wounds, some old wounds and experiences that piled up together to give you some insight and ideas. You know what they say about before you step on to the right way, you want to step onto the wrong way first, so you know what you don't want. And this Nine of Swords in reverse gives me the feeling that you have tried the wrong options in order to finally enjoy the right options and the right ways in this new phase. And the Hierophant in reverse gives me the feeling that this journey is going to be largely to do with your own determination, what you want, what you decide. So it's going to be largely either independent or mainly came from you. You know, you decide how far and to what extent you want to go for. And because of the Magician here, there's a lot of free space and free room for you to decide. The Moon in reverse here gives me the feeling that something is finally no longer a secret, no longer blocked from you. Something like the fog might be lifted for this for you in this July. If there was something hidden for you, say you don't have a good sleep and you might be wondering, could it be the pillow? Could be the bed, could be anything. And in this July, you're going to find out the true reason why, you know, what caused something. And then this July will be able to tell you the true reason. Something is no longer undercover. Something is on the surface in this July for you. And because it's like the first card here, comparison to the other tarots, this might be the first signal in this July for you to start your further journeys here. I don't know if you can see all the tarot cards on camera, but I'll try to put the cards in the middle, as center as possible. Right, any oracle card for you this July? Moving on to this new phase. Never-ending story. Ooh. So although I've mentioned that something might be, you know, an old chapter, new chapter thing, but there's something that still remains. Something you have started and still continuing in this July. It might last throughout this new phase or in the mid. Something tells me that the reason you're kind of in between the phase is because something hasn't fully ended yet. Never-ending story. This gave me the feeling, because I mentioned the blank canvas, so it makes me feel like it's up to you how far you want this to keep going. It's like writing a book, writing a story. If you want the character to die, it can suddenly die of a car crash. But if you want the character to keep living, keep on going, then it's up to you how far you want this thing to continue for. You're like the god of someone's fate. You know, you're the writer of the character. Okay, we also have chop wood. Yeah, I think it's inevitable that you got to move on in this new phase from July. Yeah. I think by the end of June, you have already figured that you got to move on. Chop wood kind of feel like by the end of the June, you probably already made some certain decision that you want to move on. Because 4 + 2 is 6. And there's no rush, but you are sort of mentally prepared. It's probably the physical bits, something you're still waiting for, or something emotional. I don't see a lot emotional. It's a lot of wands here. The only thing you have here is 8 of Swords, isn't it? Sorry, 4 of Swords here. So I think you can handle. Truth be told, yeah, oh my god, I literally mentioned about the moon, about something that finally revealed to you, and then truth be told, that might be a good beginning for you. That's literally on the same place too, you know, the moon is here. I was gonna place it here. So you might hear something from somewhere or someone to help enable you to move on or keep going in this July. Could be a truth. Someone want to tell you something. Let's see. In soulmates. Why? It's giving me the feeling that there's finally an answer to something that you have asked. This might be long before July. You had a question or wonders about something, and you have been looking for the answers. And then, bam, truth be told, you finally get the answer. Okay. For those who are single, because a lot of cards can give me this single self-development energy. For those who are single here, in this July, you might find someone who resonates with you, or someone who understands you in this July. So we've got the soulmates cards. I feel like in this new chapter is where you finally gonna meet the crowds that make sense to you, or on a similar level to you in comparison to before. Before it's more like puzzles from places, and then this new phase kind of feel like people who understand you, the new crowd, like, or community, or humans who actually on the same level to understand you. You know, it's maybe it's just me, but sometimes I feel like something's so fun, but when I share it with someone and they're like, they don't get the joke, I'm like, okay. But if you can find someone who get the joke to share with, it's like double fun from the same joke. Yin energy. This kind of resonate with the 9 of Swords in reverse. Kind of like you're trying all the wrong path from the past in order to gain experience, to move on to the new path where you know what's right, what do you want. You know what you don't want. You try the wrong cake, you know what to rule out. I remember Sheldon from Big Bang Theory was like, he tried all the cereals. No, it was the young Sheldon. Yeah, he tried all the cereals, and then he was like, the plain one's the best, or something like that. You know, he tried all the ones, like a science project or something. Try every option and then find out the one you want the most. It turns out to be the plain ones. So this kind of gives me the feeling that you finally over the tough stage where you have tried with the wrong crowd, the wrong people, wrong situation, wrong scenario to be with the wrong sorts, and finally move on to the next, to the second stage or the further stage where you get to try something different, something your level. It's quite tall on the stairs. You're on the top now. You have completed the first or the previous cycle here. Okay, I want to get you some Queen of the Moon Oracle before we finish with the cards. We have self-love. Yeah, I literally said a lot of energy to do with self-development, didn't I? The never-ending story, the self-love. So, and this is kind of like June energy. If you have started self-love and self-development from June, this might last a while through July. But I don't think it's a complete July for you. Surrender. Yeah, surrender kind of resonate with the fear energy here, that you want to give up controlling everything, because we can't control everything in our life. Things happens and we gotta improvise. And surrender kind of give me the feeling to embrace the unknown, to let things happen for a higher purpose, for something greater. You want to kind of surrender the control, let it be. Anything else? We got 2 more. We got nourishment and boundaries. I think these 2 cards, 7 July, these 2 cards are the ones that you want to keep in mind in this July. So first, you want to make sure to, because we had self-love here, self-care, self-love. You want to make sure you put yourself first, through June to July. You want to put yourself first in this July. You want to nourish yourself. You don't want to be a cup that kept giving out. You want to be someone who have supply for themselves and then give out. You can't have an empty cup to give out. It's empty. There's nothing to give. So you want to make sure that you are in this healthy, beautiful state in order to give out energy. And then we have boundaries. If someone has attempted with your boundaries before, I think this July is like enhancement to strengthen your boundaries. It's like building up your boundaries using a even tougher material. No longer single glass, but something with magic, like a magical bubble, something stronger. You want to set your boundaries to be clear, that if someone crosses it, that's it. It's not even like a warning or red flag. This is it. Boundaries here is something else. I'll say all 4 cards here, and also surrender, control, let things happen as they are, let go, and then self-love. Self-love can go with nourishment. So that's the 3 key things that will happen in July for you. And if you want to focus on these points. Okay, I want to get you some keywords for this July. We have fearless. We have fear here. And the keyword fearless. Just, you can do this. I said that you can handle this. Fearless being the first keyword. Then we have inspire. Did I not say something in July is going to inspire you on doing the right path? Dream, yeah. I definitely mentioned something about dream here. Magician. 10 of Pentacles. It's when I mentioned about having some dream coming to reality. And with nourishment here, it's definitely going to be a really fulfilling month for you with the 10 of Pentacles and nourishment. It's going to be great. And not to mention the self-love you have started probably in June. Oh, we have another one. Faith. Yeah. You want to lose control on things that you have no control over. Surrender to the whatever things is going to happen. You're protected. And things happen for a higher purpose in this month. So be cool about it. Have faith. It'll happen at the exact right moment for you. For the exact right course. Okay. Let me get you some lucky charm before we finish. Ooh. Is that a mask? Masquerade. And is that a lion? And a ladybug. Wow. Okay, this can give me the feeling of fear, the keyword fear here, and then fearless. So these 2 together give me the feeling that not to be fearful, to move on, or to embrace this July. You want to be fearless about it, because to be honest, we don't have that much of audience or that many. We don't have many audience in our family. What the hell? In our real life, it's just literally very I don't know, limited amount of people who actually care about us to that certain extent. So we don't have that many audience. So fearless about this July. And this one also give me this optimistic face, licking and the full energy. Just, you know, when people are not watching, when you're alone, when you're enjoying your own time, just although normally you might be a lion, you need to be a certain figure, people look at you in a certain way, but when you're alone, you can stand up with two legs. You know, it doesn't have to be something all the time. You can have a bit of fun energy when you're alone. You can have a bit of fun energy when people are not watching. And this is kind of like, you know, those bugs that lights in the nighttime. So other than ladybug, it kind of give me the feeling that even when it's nighttime, when it's darkness, it can also be fun. And that light came through you. It came from you. You're that light source, even at nighttime. And that's different depending on the moonlight or starlight. This is your own light. You shine even in the darkness. So kind of have like the word faith here. Have more faith about your own light. You want to nurture yourself in order to spread that energy, that positivity, that encouragement towards others in this July. And you know how energy attracts? So when you're at this really great stage or this great energy, the positive energy also attracts you back. It's like a mutual attraction. So fearless and faith, definitely something in this July. Okay? Ooh. Okay, I think that's all I have for you, my beautiful group number 1. Really hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to support Divine Light. And I wish to see you in my future videos. Best of luck. Bye. Okay, my beautiful lovelies. If you have chosen this stone, amethyst, here will be your reading, my beautiful group number 2. Let's find out your July. All right. Ah, Serenity. That's linked to the cover card. Can't believe this. Wow, looks like a really powerful month for you. That's our cover card. So I tend to interpret cover card as the strongest in deck, the most representative ones in deck. Okay, let's see what the tarot has for us. We got a 4 of Cups, Page of Swords reversed. Okay. What is more for beautiful group number 2? We have the Wheel of Fortune reversed, the 3 of Cups reversed, and the 10 of Cups. Wow, 4 of Pentacles reversed. Interesting. With the 4 of Cups here, I feel like you might just made a decision that is, it's kind of like go to interviews. After you choose this one, it means you have given up on the rest options. You have choose one of the options out of certain number, and then the rests are like no longer a chance for you. So you have picked a path or made a decision on something, and meanwhile that means you have choose to finish or end the possibilities of other options that was once there. And one congratulation here is that this option that you have made, the decision, the choice, will lead you to 10 of Cups. So that's a really great confirmation for you. But with the 3 cards here in reversed, it kind of gave me feeling that although the decision you made will eventually lead you to 10 of Cups, but during this July, I feel like a lot of times it might be depending on you. So you may not have people or like the same environment where you had before, where people might be there to support you or opportunities there to encourage you. I think in this new phase, after the choice you've made, right? At this new stage, the environment would be quite different. And there might be some costs on financial. You might be spending money on something that isn't imminent payback. Since we got the cover cards, I want to check out this deck. Blossoming and fruition. Yeah, in the long term, I feel like that decision was a really good, very wise choice. Because we not only have blossoming, we also have fruition. So that's like all the way, like achievement, 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 all the way down. And then peace, yeah. So like I said, instead of having the same environment and people around you, at this stage, I think it's a lot to do with your inner self-development stage. Even the Serenity here, she gave me the feeling that she's very independent, a lot depending on herself than the environment nor co-workers or the environments who they might encountered with. So you also give me this control, feeling of under control. Looks like you have made a really good choice or decision. But in this July, if you love being independent, then another great news. If not, then learning to sink into this stage or phase or this vibe of being peaceful all the time might be a lesson. If independency isn't your thing, then peaceful might be a lesson for you. I think you'll be fine because the Serenity is like a really, really strong, powerful energy here. But it's going to be a lot just on you. Okay, any tarot cards here? We got a Three of Pentacles. Yes, another celebration. Here, Three of Pentacles. One on top, which is kind of like the Ten of Cups eventually. One slightly taller, one's the one you're working on. So a lot of independent work, if you can see. This deck has a lot of company, cats and rats, but this is one of the rare ones that is entirely alone, working independently. So July give me this independent queen vibe for me. My beautiful group number 2. We also have Ace of Swords. Again, independent, something independent yet great. You're doing something secretly, some big plan that you're working on independently, secretly. You're secretly solving something big. You're working on something big, but independent. Let me see if there's any other aspects in this July for you. Thinker, yeah, again, this independent vibe. Thinker. Any more? Time to go. Yeah, you have made that decision. It shouldn't be a problem for you to go or move on. It's like from the start to the mid and then to the final go. Where's our Ten of Cups here? This is the right way for you because you have ruled out the wrong possible path. So this is the only right way for you. Will enable you to achieve that Ten of Cups and the fruition. Looks beautiful. Very promising. If this is to do with the investment, you can count on it. It feels very promising in the long term. I think just believe in yourself and the decision that you have made and give it time, because between blossoming and fruition, it takes a time in between. But both are really beautiful achievements, beautiful stamps. I feel full stop, it's in my head. It's like a perfect circle to mark a full stop from the point where you started until the decision you've made, and then that was a full stop, and then from that point onwards, eventually that's another full stop. So right now you might be blossoming, and then eventually fruition. I think group 2 is pretty simple. Is there anything else? Deep knowing, again, self-development, it's independent. We got thinker, peace, and deep knowing. I think July is a lot to do with yourself. You want to know yourself better. And that tends to happen more efficiently when you're alone. Because when you're with others, you might be influenced easily or don't have enough energy to look as deep as in comparison to when you're alone. You have more time to yourself as a thinker to either self-reflect or look forward. What's coming next? What's the goal? So you might be spending a lot of time with yourself in this July for your further or higher self-development. Okay, I'll see if there's any keywords for you for this July. We got a dream. Ooh. So this is definitely a really good confirmation that something like, you know how blossoms like flowers and fruitions like fruits, or the final results, achievements. And then dream give me the feeling that something of a seed that you have initially buried in the ground is going to eventually go to become a fruit for you in this journey. So like a dream come true. We also got inspire and warrior. Yeah, so this like, I don't want to say a lone wolf, but definitely something tough and strong and independent warrior vibe here with the serenity. And then this inspire gives me the feeling that when you're alone, like when you're with yourself, you might get more inspired when you talk to yourself, or when you're in this meditation mode where you're trying to connect with something higher. You might be more inspired in this journey than when you're with mortal humans to associate or communicate to. So that's your 3 keywords here. Warrior, don't forget your independence in this journey. And they're all yours eventually, because not many people involved means not many people to share with eventually. Warrior. Let's see if there's any lucky charm for you before we finish. Oh, we have a cup of tea. So things will happen at the right time then. We've got nothing to worry about. It will happen at the right time. You have everything you need. You know, you got the tea bag or tea, and then you got the milk, you got the sugar, you got the container, boiled water, mix them together and wait till the right timing, and it will all happen. The divine timing, the fruition will take place and happening for you. Don't forget, it's a 10 of cups ahead of you, so maybe mark that as your final goal. It can help you see, it's like a vision thing, that eventually it's going to be a 10 of cups. I'm currently on a journey towards that 10 of cups, that fulfillment, that ultimate goal. And cup of tea is like, take it easy, take it light. You are with yourself, the best self, and it will happen eventually. No rush. The right timing will bring you the best rewards. Okay, I think that's all I have for you, my beautiful group number 2. Really hope you enjoyed. Feel free to support Divine Light. Best of luck, and I wish to see you in my future videos. Bye. Okay, my beautiful group number 3. If you have picked this stone, here will be your reading all about your July 2024. Let's see, what is your first keyword? Trust. Ooh, trust the process. Let's see if the Kitten Tarot wants to speak. We have the moon and the sun. That's interesting. We have both moon and the sun together. We also have judgment. It looks like a really important month for you this July. We have the whole big arcana here, major arcana. The devil and temperance. See one more. 9 of Wands. Gathering together for what? A late night fondue. So with the moon here, so clearly there's something still not clear even up until this July, but that's for the good because we have the sun right next to it. Although you don't have the full picture, but you do know it's happening for the better. It happens for a reason. You want to trust it. You want to trust that someone is guarding you, someone's protecting you from knowing everything. You know, sometimes it's better that we only know the bits we need to know than actually knowing everything and not knowing how to handle them. So the sun next to the moon gave me the feeling that someone is guarding you. Might be the bigger picture, might be literally someone that is trying to protect you from knowing the whole picture in this July. And the Judgment here, with the trust and judgment, it gives me the feeling that some reward and punishment is happening in this July, or about to happen in this July. And then the Devil card, like, you know, for those who have wronged you, someone who had did something, they will receive their punishment in this July. And then the Temperance, it's like the opposite card here. It's like this angel energy and then devil energy. Then for those who has been a helper for you, it looks like a 2 cups helping you in the past, they will receive the positivity back. And so are you. If you have been helping those who's in need, if you've been very kind to people this July, they would give you some rewards back. This Judgment energy. And 9 of Wands, this kind of gave me the feeling that even things are not perfect, but you can still have this lighten up energy. And there will be a period of time, maybe before the Judgment, there will be a period of time where you can have this truth between your enemies and friends. You can still hang out in a project or in a party, something that although eventually you're going to be apart, that eventually you're on a different side, but there's a period of time where you can still share that time together to enjoy yourselves. There's like something in common where you can share with each other. Okay, let's see if the moon has anything. Assessing, yeah. She's literally looking at the moon. And we have the moon. So the whole truth may not be revealed to you until September, number 9. The first quarter moon here. So it might still take a while to the whole thing to review for you. But all you need to know is that you will know the bits that you need to know, which is the best for you at this point. Assessing. Also, it's like kind of like aligned with the Judgment here. She's also, the cat, also like having something, kind of like licking. Let's see. Serenity. Oh, I can't believe this. This is our cover card in this deck. Serenity again. Really powerful card in this whole deck. It's our cover card. Really tough, strong, independency, queen vibe. Well, that explains because we got a lot of major arcana here, and then we have Serenity. It makes sense. I think things are gonna happen without you realizing it, or without your control over it. Realization. Okay, lastly, we got 2. Cool. You know, there are times when we need to put a lot of hard work in order for things to manifest, like prayers, and then embedded seeds, and then work hard on something, and then so that eventually, you know, with all our resilience and hard working and diligence, it will happen. Your energy here in July is the opposite. I see someone doing it for you. Something of a greater plan working in your favor. It's kind of like a really good investment that initially you thought is not going to be something, but bam, it's bigger than you thought. You know, all of these 3 cards, even this card, give me the feeling that you were initially expecting something simple, like a keyhole, right? And then eventually it was to discover another world, unexpected. Patience, that's like the only thing you need to know. You don't have the full picture of the moon, which is fine, because things will happen for you unexpected, and all you need is patience. If you really want to know what's going on, it will let you know at the right timing, which is not July, maybe a bit longer, but you have what you need. That's all you got to know. Knowing too much isn't the best sometimes, because they want to deal it for you, and they don't want you to worry or anything. So this month is actually quite chill for you. You just keep being yourself, and things will happen or will manifest for you in your favor unexpectedly. So you have nothing on your chest, basically. You're a free person. We do have the realization here. So by the end of the July or end of the whole thing, you might realize something. You might have a more completed, a better knowing of why they have hidden the whole picture from you at this point. So at the end, you might realize that, oh, that's why. But not in this July. It'll take a bit longer. We have TikTok. Interesting. The timing's here. Oh, doesn't this resonate with this card so much? You know, they're both, but except one is on top, one is at the end. July is definitely a really good month for you, and you don't have to worry about it, because like timing, time flows. It just happens. You can't control time. The same way that you can't control what's going to happen. It's unexpected for you, and it's happened for your favor, from a higher power for you. So just patience. Just wait for it to happen. It will happen. It's like nighttime and daytime shifts. When will the sun rise? When will the moon rise? You can't really control it, but it will take place and it will happen. Time to go. Yeah, ooh, there's definitely something you got to do. Got TikTok and time to go. Definitely something. Then a thinker. Not much action, I see. It's mainly about waiting, meanwhile explore some deeper meaning of life, or maybe some self-reflect even, you know, like where was I at the beginning of this journey, how far I've become, where am I right now, where am I heading next, but nothing serious. It's more like a self-reflect mode than planning. So this July, something big's going to happen for you, because we got a lot of major arcana here, but nothing much for you to do is what I see. It will happen already. I want to see if there's any keywords for you. Okay, we got 2. That is believe. Yeah, just believe. Like we have trust here, and then we also have believe. Believe the process is going to happen. Oh, one more can I say? One more can I say? Ah! Come on, you saw me. It just came out randomly, and what can I say? Yay. Believe and trust again. Trust the process. It will happen at the right time for you. I think I've said it too many times, but yeah, believe and trust are the 2 keywords. Maybe a bit of self-reflect, but that's it. Any lucky charm for you? What do we have here? It's a spider net. Does this remind you of Spider-Man? Amazing Spider-Man? The 1st gen? Or the 2nd gen? So it's like things happens at the right time. You know, when you were knitting the web, I don't know how they make the web, but I don't know the word for it, but I know when they work really hard, each spider net, to build eventually a big web for them. When they're doing it, they may not know how big it has already been. So some self-reflect may be helpful this July, how far you have become. And then while they're completed, they still don't know when is the prey gonna arrive. Who's coming to the net for their food, to become their food. They don't know. They don't have the exact timing. But you can't manipulate time anyways. So when the time happens, it will happen. And I think July might be the timing for you. You have completed your bits from previous time, and now it's July, and it will happen. And it takes patience, because it's kind of like fishing. Patience here, and the spider on the web, it's kind of like you gotta wait. You can't move. If you move, they might realize something, but you gotta wait here until it happens, and then you got food. That kind of feeling. Okay, I think that's all I have for you, my beautiful group number 3. Really hope you enjoyed. If you do, feel free to support Divine Light. Best of luck, and I wish to see you in my future videos. Okay, my beautiful group number 4, if you have picked this stone, here will be your reading all about your July 2024. Let's see, we have extremes, hot moon. Oh my god. Not gonna lie, it's been pretty hot lately in London. Because I live in this old facility. They don't have air conditioning. So it's like really hot upstairs. And I had to sleep downstairs last night because it's too hot. So we get this extreme vibe in this July for you. So let's find out more. We have 7 of Swords, 7 of Wands, and Ace of Pentacles. Ooh. Okay, this gives me the feeling that with extreme conditions and extreme circumstances, artists tend to have stronger inspirations. Imagine a musician going to this music competition, but there's a lot of, unfairness for them. When they're on stage, they actually have more emotions to present to the audience. So they actually have better emotions, stronger things to present to audience. So I think this extremes actually happens in your favor, not gonna lie. And then 7 of Swords, 7 of Wands, a lot of 7 here. We also have July, so what else do we have? 5 of Wands. Okay, things may happen rocky start for you, but eventually, because we have the 7 of Wands here, it'll be fine. It'll be sorted perfectly because you have the ability to sort it out. Although at the beginning, initially, it might look messy for you. Let's see what other tarots we have. We got Queen of Pentacles. Yay! 9 of Pentacles. Can I put this here? We got 10 of Swords reversed. Yeah, you gotta go through the 10 of Swords as in the last stage of the difficulty in order for you to move on to this new, better phase. The Fool energy and 7 of Cups in reverse. You may not have a lot of room to choose in this July. We literally have all 3 7 here. You may not have a lot of room to choose. It probably just happened. It's like default choice and you don't get another option sort of situation for you. But I see it being a really good thing for you. Because all the things that you're gonna gather from this July, all the things that you've gained, all the experience, all the things piled up together, it became a real strength for you. It actually makes you stronger eventually. So the card here as a Fool is kind of trying to tell you to keep it light. Because when we have the extreme card, it's not going to be easy. But you want to have this light, optimistic vibe to deal with. And I feel like even though this may not be perfectly satisfying for you, but things will happen. Like the justice will be on your side eventually. Though we don't have the justice card. But the Fool energy gives me the feeling that trying to deal with this with a bit of optimistic vibe. Because if you were so serious about it, or if you are a bit light about it, you're still going to go through the same thing, if that makes sense to you. It's kind of like paying for an expensive meal. If you're like, this is so expensive, I don't want to eat, you're still going to pay for it. In comparison to, I've paid for it, I might well just enjoy it. Even though this may not be to my expectations, even though it might not be to my most satisfying experience, but let me see what's on the plus side. Let me see if they have something that was enjoyable since I've paid the ticket, since I've paid the price for the meal already. I might well just enjoy it. Trying to, make joke to life. Yeah, trying to make it fun. Bring a bit humor in life. It can lift your spirits a lot better. It can make it a lot easier to deal with. Okay, let's see if Kitten Tarot want to speak. Ooh, 2, okay. Did I not mention about the 10 of Swords in reverse? And then we have 10 of Swords again. Alright, so extreme is definitely going to be extreme here. But nothing to worry about because we've got the Fool here. You'll be fine. And 9 of Swords. Okay, if you were going through 9 of Swords, you're going to go through 10 of Swords at this stage in July. And once you completed that, the picture is going to be a lot clearer for you. Like the 7 of Swords here. You finally find out who's behind the whole thing. You finally know who's making things difficult only after you've gone through 9 and 10 of swords here. And then you would be a lot more determined, a lot stronger when you're dealing with situations, because all of these actually make you stronger, make you more powerful, literally. And eventually you're going to leave the situation with this light energy, with a Fool, and more capable of dealing with things. 7 of Wands here. It may not be perfect for you, but you have learned how to deal with similar things in the future, or you have gained a certain experience that's going to help you, enable you in the future. You'll be fine. Although we have 10 of Swords here twice, it kind of signifies the end of this difficulty in this July. If you have started 9 of Swords in previous months, this July is like telling you, okay, this is the final examination, but this is it. Although it means the most credit for the whole degree, but this is the last one, that kind of thing. And make sure you focus on the positive. It'll make it lighter for you. It'll make it easier for you. I've heard this story like yesterday. There's this one big piece of marble stone, and the crafts, they cut it in two, and one was shipped to craft into a Buddhist statue, where they put it on the top of the mountain where people worship all the time. And then the other half of the marble was cut to be used as stairs where people step on each day. So the other half of the marble was like complaining, why have I, we were from the same piece of marble, how come I ended up being stairs, and then you became the Buddha statue where people go up to worship all the time, whereas me get stepped on my face every day. How's that fair? And then the statue said, it only took you 4 cuts to become a flat stair surface. And do you know how much it took me? They cut me hundreds and thousands of cuts so that eventually I would look like this. Do you know how painful? Do you know how much I've gone through to be there? And because I'm inside of the temple, I'm there. Whereas you are outside, you get to enjoy the sceneries and all the things. So try and look things in a different perspective, and try and focus on the positive, or different angles. It's gonna help. And with all the extremes you have gone through, it's definitely gonna be worth it eventually. Do you want to be the stairs being stepped on, or do you want to be the statue being worshipped on? With all the pain and extremes that you going through, you want to gain what's rightly yours eventually. You want to grow from the pain, not just suffer, but rather the bigger picture, eventually what you're gaining. You're gaining definitely way more than the 4 cuts of the stairs marble, if that makes sense to you. Okay, I want to see if there's any more. We have imagine. Yeah, things may not be clear for you, but be bold and imagine. Put your hope on the future and your current imagination. Imagine a better world, a higher achievement eventually. What do you want in the future after this happens? What do you want? What's your ultimate goal? What do you really want? We gotta clean it up and breathe. Yeah, at least you meant about, I mentioned Buddha statue, and then we have the breathe here. I don't know, this is crazy. So trying to pick up some light energy, and if you can clear things up before you step into this 10 of Swords energy, it's gonna be very, very helpful. Because when your other aspects of life is chaos, it'll be difficult to get into the final challenge. So this can be little things like cleaning up, as in clean up your rooms, put things into orders, take out the trash so you don't have to be buzzed when you're focusing on the actual projects. So you might want to clean some energy, and if you need to, you want to cut some or temporarily block some connections. And 2, you're ready to face the real challenge. You want to maybe clear some things that don't serve you anymore. You want to make your room look tidy so you have a better mood, for example. And imagine the bigger picture. Things happens to serve you. Okay, it happens for you, not to you. And then lastly, breathe. Try and have some time to calm yourself, meditate, recharge, that sort. Okay, let me see if there's any keywords for you before we finish. Okay, we have one. Curious. Enough. Ooh, yeah, this 10 of Swords is definitely the last challenge for you. Like I said, it's like a final examination. The last one, the biggest one, and the last one. And after this is it. Enough. All right, we're done. We're gonna embrace a bigger future, and that would be largely depending on your imagination. What kind of world do you want to live in? What kind of environment? What kind of things do you want to manifest? Once that's done, this is the beginning for you. You want to bury the seed, put hope, and manifest, and that will be the world to live in the future for you after going through all these extremes. Okay, let's see if there's any keywords before we finish the whole reading. Our lucky charm here is, oh my god, Jupiter, isn't it? It's a cubit. Why did I say Jupiter? I meant cubit. Yeah, wow. So your next chapter might to do with love. Cubit. Oh my god. But it doesn't have the arrow yet. I think if you want to experience love in the next chapter after the extremes, you might wanna try and imagine what kind of love do you want. What kind of person, what kind of qualities do they carry? What can they bring to the table? And then you'll have your arrow ready, and the cubit will help you shoot that arrow, and then your next chapter. So imagination here, imagine will be a really big key element here, because at the moment it doesn't have an arrow. The same way you can't really reach to the moon at this stage, but try and picture it. What do you want your future love or something, anything? This is like a little angel here, for the least. Try and manifest something, picture something in the future. It's like I've gone through this examination, I'm gonna treat myself, where am I going, that kind of thing. Except it's a long-term thing instead of just one meal or short traveling, but rather a new stage for you. What do you want? You can put that wish here. You can type in the comment section what kind of future you want after going through this. Okay, I think that's all I have for you, my beautiful group number 4. Really hope you enjoyed. Best of luck. And if you did, feel free to support Divine Light. And I wish to see you in my future videos.